はい。というわけで、ディスコエリジウム続きをやっていきましょう。検視しよう。検視。雨は止んだから、検視しよう。気づいたら雨止んでたわ。レインコートに必死になってたけど。なんか4リアル必要なんだけど、俺今1リアルも持ってないみたいだから、ちょっと、こいつのブーツを手に入れて、なんとか。それを売って金にしよう。
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes look. The lieutenant adjusts
一回実は検視してて、その後直後に死んでしまったので、ちょっと内容はあらかた知ってるんですよね。なので、サクサクちょっと行きましょうか。
You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
よし、突っ込むとするか。
There truly is a time for everything.
最小限ね。
I mean when I need you to. Until then,
紙をくれと。
paperwork,
なくしました。
Officer, what haven't you lost?
じゃあ違うの選ぼうか。脇の匂いを嗅ぐ。ディスコのズボンは生きてる
Yes,
ぜ。
barely.
かろうじてだね。
I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there.
貸してください。
The autopsy form is near the end.
キムの手帳を盗み読む。
You find a moment as the lieutenant inspects the dead man's
豪快
fingernails.
で読みにくい字が。
Still, you can make out a case with a curious title. The man with the hole
頭
in his
に
head.
穴の開いた男というタイトルの面白いな事件をお前は見つける。あなたに関する記述を探す。そこにしよう。頭に穴の開いた事件。
This appears to be a case investigated about 3 weeks ago. A workplace accident. The titular character's wife tries to get compensation. The company was not forthcoming. It's hard to make out if the hole was fatal.
自分に関するものを探す。
There doesn't seem to be much about you in his notes, as if you aren't the sun around which the world
あなたは
revolves.
世界
Could
が
it be
その周囲を
that
回
the
る太
case
陽
is
ではない
not
かのように。
about you?
あなたは、もしかするとあなたはこの事件の主役ではないのかもしれない。今回の事件。
It's very hard to draw conclusions. All you can make out is that
事件の
he
解
is in
決を
a
急
hurry
いで
to
いるこ
solve
と。
the case. The tempo of the
筆跡の乱れ方
handwriting
がそれを
says as
物語っ
much,
ている。
and that there are a lot of notes in there. Most of them
へー
are made prior to
まさか。
arriving at the scene in preparation.
What?
死体に話を聞こ
Shoot, Looney
う。
Rooney.
あ、そこそっか。愛か、共産主義か。
Huh?
は
You're misquoting me,
あ。誤解
Rooney.
せずるに。
I said communism
愛に
killed me.
殺されたと言って。
Love did me in.
自分で言
Come
う。
back later, Corporal.
死体からブーツを脱がせるか試
I
す。
thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn.
Damn it.
ち。
This is turning into some sort
じゃ
of
あ、
mega
検視し
puzzle.
よ
The dead man stares in
う。
silence.
3パートに
Above
なって
those,
11個
an
になると。
11 field info form needs
3
filling
つ
out.
から始めようぜ。
No. Let's fill out the info
Again.
form first.
前はやったからね。名前がわからない。最初の項目からも何を書けばいいかわかんない。
Not an energetic start.
Pig's messed up.
Just leave it empty,
空
officer.
欄でしょ。
The corpse lies
事
there.
件の番号、
KK57. Next.
名前、
NA
不明、誕生日
NA
不明、年齢は50歳
Roughly
前後。
The corpse looks ageless, teeming with
人
opportunities.
種は
モンディアル
ムンディ人。
The pudgy mess of curdled meat.
性別、
Male.
メイル、
Pigs can have sex.
男性。
Nor does he look.
We're still going with March
3
4.
月4
What
日。
else? 9.
KK50.
11番。
None.
これを
At
調べ
least
るの
not
に、
after the initial examination.
死後の干渉というのは具体的にどういうも
Interfering
のだ
with the body's position
息した
or
り
wounds
消す。
post-mortem.
確証はないよ
A。silent nod. The lieutenant places your central nervous system
宗教的に
somewhere
応
elsewhere.
用するよと。
The building is, and so all across.
We should start the
行きましょう。
postmortem.
The corpse cannot feel
1個目、
his
外
hand
部。
on
まあ、
his
そっか、
chest.
でも他のやつからも調べられるかな。まあ、一応外部を見ましょう。
Clothes. The deceased wears
See?
Babrodine, yes.
下着
The disappointment is
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel.
ブーツはい
They
つ
are
手に
fused
入る
with
patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away,
眠りに落ちてから
there will
戻
be
ると
window
手に入るだろうってやつね。タトゥー。
The upper torso is covered in
Tattoo
a,
of
the assistant
Shinai
has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the, the
アシスタントは
deceased
私
has a cargo lashing belt around
首のや
well
つ
nourished, athletically built. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased
死
had
体の
male
髪に
pattern.
触れる。
The hair under your latex fingers
優
feels
しく撫
cold.
でる。
The stench is suffocating. There must be brilliantine
撫
in
で
this.
続ける。
More hair sticks to the glove. For a fraction of a second, you feel something. An irregularity. But then
今の
it's
感触は
gone.
へこみか？
What was what? Brilliantine. There's brilliantine in his hair.
ヘアオイルについても追加して書こ
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present
う。
on
透
the
析
head.。
低速度の
Low
透析。
velocity. Talking shit.
空の、
In addition, there are bite marks on the face.
書き込む。
Ligature mark.
ナイフでは切れない。
Still wiring.
You got just the right tool for that. The
持
chain.
ってるじゃねえか。おう、もちろん準備万端だ。出番だな。これを出番だな。
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below.
See? My pig is gonna fuck.
No, he ain't.
お
Your
待たせ
pig's
て
a。boring
ベルダーを切
fuck.
断する高い。あ、高い。72%。はい。俺はクールの豚です。認めます。お前の豚じゃないぞ。適した場所を探す？
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling open. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
はいはいはいはい。どの場所を切ればいいかを探して見つかったから確率が高まったよってことね。OK。行きましょう。
After
This
some
your
deliberation,
name.
you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together.
力を込めて。
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut
Kirita
and the
ze.
belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck
削除痕
and
の
the
現れた
dark
首
red.
元。
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark.
人間をロープで吊り下げると削除痕は輪にならず途切れる。体重のかからない首の後ろだ。後ろは繋がってないよってことね。
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or
1から 1.5 メートルの
1.5
高さ。
meters. Chest is intact.
あら、落下して吊り下げられた。
Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia.
No! It's gonna happen, see?
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
性器を観察する。
The dead man's penis is average sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. You should touch it.
いやいやいやいやいやいや、どういう行動？ちょっとそれはさすがにやめ
Back
とこ
is
う。
symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact,
背中、
but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
戦闘による古傷が複数ある。昔の傷
Bullets
ってこ
have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially
と。
the
あ、
hip.
雪降ってきた。
Before you is a temple of pain, that new little.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
傭兵。
We have a real museum
まあ、
here.
もともとガードマンだったもん
Battles,
ね。警備
wars.
の人。
Last item, hands.
両手。一人でやらせよ
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
う。最近抵抗した痕跡はない。
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to. Ooh. That's All for the external. Well done. What next?
外部。内部。
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
ジョークも思いつかない。中枢神経について君の方でないです。
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth.
腐敗性心室液。
Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it.
そんなことする。
You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old hat.
Yeah, jack that fucker.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there, sickly sweet. No, you don't. You can keep it in.
ちょっと怖いな。
You can keep anything in.
もっと奥を覗
You
いて。
manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing.
闇しかない。
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Hmm, 書き込む。
Hepatobiliary. NA.
簡単に素通りしていいのか
Are you a hepatobiliary
専門家かい？
expert?
不明。
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
両方とも
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
完璧主
Like
義
a
のある人
toxicology
は
screening. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still,
Brimming with cocaine.
毒物検査以来。
cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
胃腸。あは
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
一丁上がりだ。省略して書き込む。省略。一丁上がり。省略してあげよう。
What's next on the list?
3番、外傷です。
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
最大限の成果を望むなら徹底的にやれと反応速度が言うておる。一つ目、噛み傷。
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries.
鳥類による捕食
Predation
行動
by
で
birds has
損
caused
傷。
damage to the body.
損傷。
Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
あは
And your opinion, officer?
致命傷でない。死後の損傷。
Agreed. Next
Agree.
injury.
打撲。
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury
Crazy.
did not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
食うの
Has confessed to causing it at maximum
自
velocity.
白した。そうね、確かに。
Coagulated blood sticks to
凝
his
固した
scalp
血
and
液が死
chest,
体の頭皮と
where
胸
the
に付着
countless
している。無
stones
数の
have
物質が
hit
直
the
撃
dead
した。
man. Beneath the description
会
of
社説明欄に
injury,
一つのチェッ
2
クされる
boxes.
致命傷でない死後の損傷。
Right.
Agree.
Next,
削状庫。
a dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck. With a
Okay,
gap on the
4
nape
番あったっけ？
measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured. The cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark 1 centimeter.
もがいて首をひっかいた形跡はない。
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
致命傷ではない。つまり、ひっかいてないから、首は締まったけど、それ以外の方法で死んだ。じゃない？
Why do you say that?
そう考える理由は？この外傷が彼の死因とは思えない。な
Why
ぜ？
don't you think it was fatal?
両手を縛られてなかった。こんな大男を腰について俺は手を縛る。
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you're right, I was ready to call this. Now I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. Let's wrap this up.
危ねえ。レベルアップした。あ、70ももろたぜ。メインのタスク終わらせたからか。検視の成果はどうでしょう？
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But we also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough.
2週間以
The
内。
results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky.
他には？
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a
ちゃん
professional
としてる。
field autopsy.
Oh yeah. Well done, Master
一杯
Detective.
やってもいいか？
Maybe a drink is in order?
Now, you see, that
まだ
worries
始まっ
me.
た。
You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective.
じゃあ次どうしようか。
Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him.
被害者の遺体を処理班に送る。被害者を死体袋に入れて車でフォーブールへ処理班のところへ移送する。
The lieutenant looks at the dead man one more time. Then you tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
もう一度できるんだ。ちょっと待って。これは、これ一回立ち去って日付を変えた方がいいのかな。もう一度徹底的に。有力な死因が未特定。なるほどね。ブーツ脱がせられるかどうか。でもキムがいない時にチャンスがあるんですよね。死体袋に入れないで立ち去ろう。一旦保留だな、これは。あ、オートセーブされた。多少進んだからか。一応保存しておいて。これのブーツの跡が見えないっていう話だったっけ？
There are several
ロック
footprints
中
in
だ
the
ね。
mud, left by
なんかが
workers.
進展しない
Anywhere
限り
from
は
6 to 12 pairs have walked.
で、これはなんだ？なんかこの辺って行ったっけ？
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
これはなんだ？
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an
なん
old
かぶち
shack.
破れるんじゃない？いけ！
Because it's nice
失
and
敗し
orderly,
たー。
well-laid pallets.
やり直し。これは？こっち行けないの？ここ行けないのかな？あ、進めないの？反対側から来るしかないってこと？もう。で、アイテムゲットはなんだ？アイテムを失ったのか。プールを見つけなきゃいけない。処理班に送る。二度と取り戻すことはできないだからな。なんか調べられるんだな。スキルポイント1個。1個ゲットしたものの、何をレベルアップさせるかって、この王冠マークってなんだ？ うん。知的論理。でもこれ論理。自分で割り振ってもよかったな。パワー系だからな。反応速度。感情を顔に出さない。なんかこの辺使えそうな気がする。一旦今日はここまでにしておくか。ちょっとこの先の何かが触れないから、一旦ここの中入んなきゃいけないのかな。死体を受け渡すかどうかだな。こいつは話さなくていいや。はい。というわけで、一旦ここでやめときましょう。ちょっとこっち向いて。はい。以上です。